Shall we start then? Okay, children. So today, lesson number 2. So we finished our first lesson last week. So this is our lesson 2, right? In this lesson, we are talking about operations management, right? Operations management. I will share these all the slides, right? After the session. Okay, then. Under this lesson, we are going to discuss what is this operation management, why operation management is important, production, productivity, economies of scale, diseconomies of scale, break-even point, inventory control methods, and achieving quality of production. There are 7 competency levels, right? So there are a lot, no? Okay. I will start then from the first one. Just go through this one, go through this slide. This is the first slide, okay? Other things were just introduction. Introduction. Okay, in this one, all the activities carried out relevant to the conversation of inputs into output within the production process is referred to as operation activities. When we are talking about a business. So in a business, normally we are doing production, right? What we are doing, we are converting the inputs into saleable outputs. Now the inputs can, what are the inputs? Inputs means resources, right? Our business resources. I think with the lesson 1 also I explained this one, but okay, inputs like land, human resource, right? People, land, capital, right? Enterprise, all these are resources. So this whole process we call operation activities, right? Converting this input into output. But sometimes you might think, okay, this is then operation activities are with only the goods, right? Not with the service. අපි දන්නවනේ අපි goods are there and services are there. බඩු තියෙනවා service කියන්නේ සේවාවන් දෙනවා, right? අපි හිතන්න පුළුවන් okay then production process is with only with the goods, not with the services. No, actually operation activities are carried out in goods producing businesses as well as in service producing businesses. Right? And goods producing businesses means milk powder, soft drinks, sandals, right? Slippers and all. Then productions, goods. අපි ටික tangible නේ, right? අල්ලලා බලන්න පුළුවන්. එතකොට ඒ වගේ මේක තියෙන operation management. Then service businesses like transportation, insurance, medical, then teaching also, right? Then your university also giving a service. It's a service producing business. Like AKET, operation management is there, right? Operation management කියන එක තියෙනවා. Right. So why this is important? This is important because when we manage operations properly, මේ process එක අපි manage කරාම ළමයි, right? When we manage this operation properly, we have ability to produce high quality goods and services, right? When we have a good management with the production process, with operations, මේ operation කියන එක හරියට manage කරනවා නම්, our quality, our goods and services are very quality. Right? We will talk about what is the quality later, right? And also we can improve our efficiency and effectiveness of the operational process. That means we can get a output using very limited resources, right? Using resources, we can get a lot of output, and also we can take the decisions effectively right? We know what to do and at what time, right? Okay, so we can improve the efficiency and effectiveness and all. And also, finally, we can improve the profit also, reduce our production cost. අපි manage කරනවා කියලා කියන අපි දන්නවනේ හරියටම කරන්න මොකක්ද කියලා. Then we can reduce our production cost and we can improve the profit also. And when we compete with the competitors, who are the competitors? How the competitors like? Competitors mean තරගකාරයෝ. අපිට ඉන්න අනිත් තරගකාරයෝ. So we can compete with the competitors. So we can ability to face competition successfully. Ability to introduce goods and service with novelty, right? We can introduce a lot of new goods and services. අලුත් දේවල් දෙන්න පුළුවන්. Ability to contribute towards the sustainable development of the organization as well as country through fulfilling the social responsibilities, right? And when we when we have a good operation management means we are doing everything very effectively, efficiently. We are not using a lot of resources because resources are very limited, and we have very good waste management system, right? We are giving good opportunities for the employees also, right? We are motivating them. We are fulfilling social responsibilities. We think about the environment. We can think about the environment. Right? So that is why normally very large businesses, they have separate department called operations department. Operation department some businesses, they don't have separate one, but anyhow every businesses are doing this one, operations management, right? Okay, here we are going to learn about what is production, right? Production means converting inputs into a saleable output is known as a production. So here you can see what are the inputs. මොනවද අපි business එක ඇතුළට දාන්නේ, right? Land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship, information and knowledge, right? Those are the inputs of the business. So then we have to create an output, right? It might be a good, it might be a service. So that is a saleable output. එක අපි හදන්න විකුණන්න. So converting this input into output, this whole process we call production, right? So conversion process following the production procedure, determining production method, occupying required resources, utilizing technological knowledge, right? The main input tika output වලට convert කරන එක තමයි අපි කියන්නේ production කරනවා කියලා, right? Then types of production methods. There are 3 types of production methods. Some businesses are using job production. Some businesses are using batch. Some businesses are using flow production method, right? So we have another name for job production, one-to-one production. Let's see one by one. මොකද්ද මේ job production කියන්නේ, batch කියන්නේ මොකද්ද, flow production කියන්නේ මොකද්ද කියලා බලමු. Right. Okay. Job production method. Yeah, I'll give you 1 minute. I'll give to read this one, right? Just go through this note. Right. Sometimes you might have difficult words here, right? It's very simple concept actually, children. Make a simple. Job production means producing one at a time. Right? So it is very, they are doing for very specific order. For example, you think making a cake for a birthday party. Then you have your birthday. So you give a birthday cake order to some business, right? Birthday cakes there are some people making birthday cakes, so you give your order to that person. So they are making cake for your birthday, so then it's a customized, right? Right? they are not making that birthday cake to another person, right? Right? Then this kind of things we call job production. That means they are producing one at a time. Okay. So there are some businesses, they are doing job production, right? They are producing one at a time. Right? That kind of businesses we call, they are using job production, right? So this some bridal salons, bridal karana salons, so their outfit and all, so only one time, right? Job production. Okay. For another example, website designers. Now you think you are doing a business and you want a new website for your business. So you give your ideas and all for the website designing business. මට මේ විදිහට තමයි website එක ඕනි කියලා. Right? Then they are creating website for you. They are not giving the website which created for another business. In a business එකකට හදපු website එකක් වාට දෙන්නේ නැහැනේ, right? So you are given a new one. So that kind of businesses we call job production. ඒගොල්ලෝ හදන්නේ එකයි at a time. So what are the favorable characteristics? What are the unfavorable characteristics? So you can see here, like if you are producing one at a time, so you can maintain, you can satisfy your customer, right? It is customized, so you can satisfy your customer. There's no any risk, right? You have time to do your task. So no any risk, you can satisfy your customer. So you can produce what customer want, what customer request, right? So therefore, normally you can charge higher prices for your product. That is why those dressing of the bridal and all, expensive. Then bride it's very expensive, because that is the reason, because the reason is job production, right? So here you can we can add another favorable characteristic. You can charge higher prices. Premium prices, same thing. No? Unfavorable characteristics are cost is higher. The thing is, you're producing one at a time. So when you're buying raw materials and all, you cannot buy as bulk. Bulk okay? So when you're buying as a bulk, you can get discounts. But when you're buying raw materials, very small quantities, normally it's costly, right? Bulk discounts no discounts there. So therefore, cost is high. And also, you need very skilled employees. Okay, very skilled employees, because these are very customized things, so they should have a skill. A2 is like doing by a few employees, right? Sometimes only one employee doing all these things. So they should be very skillful. And you need a lot of equipment, right? You need equipment, sometimes machineries, tools and all, right? You should have everything with you. And normally your target market is very small quantity. Okay, or you are not selling for the mass marketing. Mass market, right? Those are the job production. Just memorize. This is produce one at a time. Okay. So batch production. So here you can take the idea from the word also. Batch production. You are producing as batches. Okay, batch එකක් තමයි හදන්නේ. It might be 5 to 6 batch. It might be 10 batches. It might be 15 units. It might be 50, right? It might be 100 also. Anyhow, batches, right? So you take a bakery. Normally, bakeries are doing this batch production, right? Batch production. So what they're doing, right? Then you think in the bakery they are baking. They're baking bread, right? They are making breads. So normally per day they are baking like I think 500 breads in that bakery. So all these 500 bread, right, they are producing at one time. එකපාර තමයි මේ bread 500ම හදන්නේ. Okay. So after that, then you think that bakery also making some donuts also. So once they finish doing that bread one, then they are going to the donuts one, right? Same day they might doing that one. But the thing is here, children, when they are doing one batch, they are doing that batch at a one time. එකපාර දැන් අපි donut හදනවා කියලා like 150 donuts per day. So they are making that 150 at one time. එකපාර තමයි ඔක්කොම හදාන්නේ. So that kind of production methods we call batch production, right? Batch production. Right. So what are the favorable characteristics? So here also you are producing a lot. Then you can, when you buy raw materials, you can buy as bulk. Then you can get discounts. That is one kind of good thing, right? So therefore your unit cost is less. Unit cost කියන්නේ එකක් හදන්න යන cost එක per unit cost, right? One per unit cost එකක cost එක. So it is getting low because you are getting discounts and all, right? Compared to the job production, right? We are comparing with this one with the job production. Job production එකට වඩා ගාණ අඩුයි එකක. The normally now you think you want to make a bread at home. දැන් ගෙදර පාන් හදන්න ඕනි. So you are going to buy මොනවාද ඕන පාන් හදන්න, yeast, flour and all. Okay, so you just calculated per one bread. Then you are making one bread, but you have to buy 1 kilo of flour, right? And you have to buy yeast or it is kind of costly, right? You want to make one bread, but you have to buy all those things, right? It is expensive. So finally, when you calculate it, make a one bread, your cost like 250, right? So now you know if you pay 60 rupees, you can buy a bread from a bakery, right? Bakery එකෙන් ගත්තා නම් රුපියල් 60ට ගන්න තිබුණා. But if you prepared, right, if you make bread in your house, it's like costly because of that, right? Because you are not getting any discount when you are doing your thing, when you are doing like only one. Okay, so these are the favorable characteristics. Then unfavorable characteristics are when it compares with the flow production, right? Unit cost is high then. Here we are telling unit cost is less compared with the job production. But when it compared with the flow production, unit cost is high, right? And a lot of large economies of scale and all, right? I will explain what is flow production and what are these economies of scale, right? Okay. Flow production, you know what is flow? Okay, that means continuously producing. There are some businesses, children, very, very large businesses, they are using this flow production, not actually very, very large businesses. Actually, large businesses doing this flow production. It continuously they are producing flow production. Flow right? Soft drinks, production of motor vehicles. So you have example here, an ice cream, chocolate factories, and you take Elephant House ice cream. Have you ever visited that one? Any factory, any large factory? Another trip back. So if you go there, you can see there are a lot of departments, a lot of workers are working there, and also they are continuously producing, right? So that kind of production method we call flow production. So favorable characteristics are they have very large economies of scale. I will explain what is that, right? And also these employees are very unskilled, right? Employees are very unskilled because those employees are doing only one task. For example, sketching something. You think it's a garment factory, right? Garment factory, one employee is doing cutting part, one employee doing sketching part, right? One employee is doing ironing part. Few employees are doing like a packaging part. Likewise, so the the person who is doing cutting, every day he is doing the same task. Hamadama karane cutting ma vitarai, right? So he doesn't know what are the other parts, right? Anith ewa karane kohonda kiyala danne naha. So normally they have unskilled people. So therefore turnover also very low. කියන්නේ ඒගොල්ලෝ ආයතනය දාලා යන්නේ නැහැ employees ලා. මොකද if they go to another place, they don't know what to do, right? They know only one thing නේ. ඒක විතරනේ දාන්නේ. ඒක නිසා අර අස් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. Okay? And also they are producing very standardized product. Like you take the biscuit, right? Then biscuit also flow production, right? Munchie. Take Munchie or Melbourne, flow production methods. Then if you buy chocolate biscuit from the southern province or northern province, anywhere you can buy a same product, right? Ekama chocolate biscuit එක තමයි ගන්නේ. Very standardized product are there. Unfavorable characteristics, if you go for the flow production, you need lot of money because they are using lot of technology, lot of machineries and all. එකට හුඟක් සල්ලි ඕන වෙනවා මේක කරන්න. Right? And you have to training those people also. Okay? ඒවට සල්ලි ඕන වෙනවා. So you need lot of money and all. So that is the thing. Okay, let's talk about the productivity. In productivity, we can calculate the productivity actually, children, right? It's a ratio, right? We calculate this one as a ratio. This is a ratio between input and output, right? Input එකයි output එකයි අතර තියෙන relationship එක තමයි බලන්නේ. The ratio of relationship between input and output we call productivity, right? So we can calculate what are the inputs, labor productivity. We can calculate labor productivity. That means how efficiently are they working? කොච්චර efficient විදිහට වැඩ කරනවද කියන එක තමයි බලන්නේ. How efficiently are they working? That is the labor productivity, right? So that ratio is high. That means they are working very efficiently. If the ratio is low. That means they are not working very efficiently. Right. So why we want to calculate this one? Why we want to know labor productivity or capital productivity or something? Why we want to know? So the first one is to making decision regarding allocation resources of the business, right? So for example, you think you calculate the labor productivity, right? Labors la කොච්චර efficient විදිහට වැඩ කරනවාද? How efficiently they are working in the business. So you found out no, our employees are not working properly, right? Productivity is very low. They are not very efficient. So what you can do, you can make decisions, right? You can take some decision how to improve the efficiency of the labors, right? How to improve the productivity of labors. Improve. For example, you can decide, okay, we will give some more training, right? We will motivate them, right? Like that we can increase the productivity. Likewise, businesses cannot get a lot of decisions, right? Through that, businesses cannot develop their business. So when they are allocating resources also, this is very important, right? For the expansion of business also, this is important. Okay. So, you know, if you want to expand, you should have a good productivity. Then only you can expand your business. The productivity නැත්නම් expand කරන්න බැහැනේ. And otherwise, this is a ratio. So you can compare your business, right, with other similar business, with your competitors. චුට්ටක් share කරලා බලන්නත් පුළුවන්. So here you can see how to calculate the labor productivities, right? Material productivity is there. Labor productivity is there, machinery productivity is there, but you need to do output divided by the total productivity you can calculate here, output divided by input. For example, you take example, we take which company, right? Motor vehicles company. The number of motor vehicles you manufactured within this year, we think output is 200, right? So we calculate the then input, right? Then you need to put input, right? How many inputs you include there, okay? So you take the labor productivity. So normally we are calculating, mostly we are calculating labor productivity, right? Labor productivity is the main one we are calculating. So output is 200, the number of labors, right? Number of labors working there. So here they are telling number of labor hours. If you want, you can divide it by labor hours. That time you can divide it by number of labors. You can find the labor productivity. So this is the difference between output and input. Output and input difference, right? So first you need to write output, then input. Output over input. Okay. So here, right. I'm going to explain this one also. If you have any doubt or something, children, just a message. Send a message. Message. Right? If you can't send me a message in English, so no worries, right? You can send me a message in Sinhala also. But I don't know Tamil, but I know Sinhala. Sinhala valin dana, English valin dana, bad if you know how to send a message in English, right? How to ask a problem in English, then no problem. Ask in English. If you don't know, right? You can ask in Sinhala. Doesn't matter. Right. Send me a direct message, right? That also fine. Here, technology, right? So children, to improve this productivity, they may improve in productivity. That means improve the efficiency of the input. Input will efficiency. So what we can do, we can use the technology to do that, right? There are the latest technology now we are using. First one, CAD, we call computer aided design. There is another one called CAM, computer aided manufacturing. There is another one called computer integrated manufacturing. We call CIM. Other than these three, there are a lot, but here we are learning only these three, right? So computer aided design, or we call this one CAM. This is very popular in children. Normally using softwares, right? You take the word computer aided designing. We can do the designing using computer. Computer ke use kala design karana puluwan. Then architectural designing. Then I can remember, right? Like years ago, right? Like 10, 15 years ago, when we want to make a plan for housing plan, it is 2D design, right? It's just coming in a paper, right? But now when we ask the house design, right, housing plan, you can have 3D designs, right? 3D design. Then we can see 3D design is there. This is the final design of your house. So they show us, right? So how they do? That one we call computer aid designing. That is only one example, okay? Other than that, in the businesses also, when they are going to develop new product, evat computer use kalla karana, right? This is the final result. Same kalla may be. This is a computer program, make up computer programs. So the main, the famous program is AutoCAD. These days, a lot of businesses are using this AutoCAD one, right? So what businesses do? Businesses using this CAD method, make a pavichi karana, right? Presentations karanme to present the final product in 3D dimensions, right? 3 dimensions, right? CAM, computer aided manufacturing. In computer aided manufacturing process, children, okay, you just read this one. Some businesses using this technology to do the hard functioning things. They are using this technology. Other parts they are using workers, but some functions they are using computers, right? Computer aided manufacturing. Like for example, robotic technology also one example. Like using robots, they are doing some manufacturing process. And especially the motor vehicle industry, motor vehicle manufacturing industry, they are using this robotic technology, right? Robola pavichi karala egala production method karana. Okay, but sometimes not the whole production method. Few parts they are doing using this technology. So that kind of method we call computer aided manufacturing. Last one, computer integrated manufacturing. That means what process is doing by the using this new technology. Mean new technology එකකින් තමයි මුළු process එකම කරන්නේ, right? So then just go through this one. The method used for the design of the products and for managing the production process is known as computer integrated manufacturing. In other words, the computer technology techniques used for the development and control of the production process, right? Through this method, even a single person has ability of regulating a factory. The observing the functions of a computer screen, deviations of the production can be corrected through a command given using a keyboard. That means what that person has to do, go to a cubicle, right? He has all the screens, he can see every process in his factory, right? ඔක්කොම කරන්නේ computers වලින්, ඔක්කොම කරන්නේ machines වලින්. All things doing by the machines. What he has to do, he has to operate these machines in a cubicle, right? Just using keyboard, he can operate everything, right? There are some businesses using that process, right? So that kind of method we call computer integrated manufacturing, right? So why we are using this technology? Yeah, you have to technology පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ to increase the productivity, right? මේ productivity කියන එක වැඩි කරන්න තමයි අපි මේ technologies පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ. Okay? So I'll go a quick summary. We learn what is operation management, right? Here you need to know operation management for both goods producing business and service producing business. Then we learn importance of the operation management, then production process, production method, job 1, batch 1, and a flow production, then productivity, importance of the productivity, how to calculate productivity, then technology, computer aided design, computer aided manufacturing, computer integrated manufacturing. So next day we are going to discuss economies of scale. I will share all these slides with you children. Come slides sticker mama share karannan ada. So refer these slides and come to the next class. Make a refer kala next class eකට එන්න. So so give me your suggestions. Is this okay using both language, or if I use only English, what do you think? Do you like it, or you like more for this way? මොකද කරන්න ඕන? only English වලින් කරන්නද නැත්නම් සිංහලත් චුට්ටක් පාවිච්චි කරාට කමක් නැද්ද? So you are not telling anything. Why is that? තරහ වෙලාද ඉන්නේ? Children, if you don't understand something, right, you have right to ask. Okay? දන්න එකක් ඔයාට තේරෙන්නේ නැත්නම් ඒක අහන්න පුළුවන්. Okay, ඒකේ කිසිම ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ. Okay, they are directly responding. Okay, like it is. Okay. Okay, with this too, can understand, right? Right. Sometimes you might have some problems, right? Just go through, right? If there are any difficult English word and all, I don't think you have difficult English word, but if you have something new words, right? You can find the meaning, right? Sinhala meaning, no Tamil meaning. Then just go through that one. Still you can't understand, refer right? Next day you can ask, right? In English or in Sinhala, no problem, just ask, right? Drop a message. Okay, then I can explain. Okay, children, so it's less than 1 minute. We have to wind up the session, right? Then God bless you. Okay, have a nice day.